Hello everybody, this is General Yanis, and today in Death Card Tactics I will be bringing you a special edition of the video. So this video gives quick answers to the most frequently asked Death Card questions, and I've been following the Facebook forum for the Plague Marines, and I see the same type of questions coming up all the time. And I promise in this video there is no math, and yeah, I had to think deeply about it. What is it? No math at all? But let's get started. So, as I said, in this video, I will attempt to answer complex questions in a simple and, as a matter of fact, opinionated way. So normally the idea of this channel is to provide you with the analyzed data and give you some ideas, suggestions. I mean, it's quite complex things here. So the idea normally is that you can create your own opinion based on the data and the considerations and ideas and thoughts here. But sometimes you don't need a 45-minute video with the math. You sometimes need a quick answer. So in this video, I will be trying to give you the quick answers. For example, for questions about the weapons and the squad sizes for Plague Marines, the Blightlords, the Virion, can I bring a certain unit to my death card, etc. So let's get started. So one of the most often coming questions is, what are the optimal weapons for Plague Marines and how do you use them and what is the squad size? And here I would say the best shooting weapon for the Plague Marines is the Blight Launcher. The best melee weapon is the Flail of Corruption. Regarding squad size, the 5-man is the cheapest unit and has the good possibility for many special weapons. You can have one of each type per 5. 10-man would be a strongest squad size. You have the equally good possibility to put many special weapons on the 10-man squad, but it's subject to the blast rule, so it costs you more than bringing the 5-man squad. The 7-man squad that a lot of people would swear to is the most nergly squad, but in all fairness, mathematically, it just doesn't give you any benefit that the 5 or 10-man squad. But of course, it gives you the benefit of Nurgle's blessing. So if you want a cheap holding objective squad, just get the 5-man with the bolters and knives. If you want a shooty backfield squad, 5-man, one with a blight launcher. If you want a very strong melee squad, build a 10-man squad with 2 flails, 2 cleavers, 2 maces with axe, 2 axes, 1 double knife, and then the champion should have the power fist and maybe a plasma pistol. The max shooting type of squad would be a 10-man with 2 blight launchers, 2 plasma guns, and the champion also has a plasma gun, so 3 plasma guns and 2 blight launchers. And for a balanced Nurgle squad, that would be a 7-man squad, 1 blight launcher, 1 flail, and the champion with a plasma gun and the power fist. And a lot of times people are asking, is the Sigil of Decay worth it for bolters? No, so go get a blight launcher instead. And if you want all the data for this, please visit some of the Plague Marine analysis videos. So another question is, how do I build the Plague Marine box, the Combat Patrol Marines, the 7 Marines that we have with various options? I would make a champion with a power fist and a plasma pistol. The first guy can have this configuration here, and that would be a good one for the melee type of squad. I would always build one of the guys with the blight launcher and one of the guys with the flail, as those are the 2 best weapons. If you already have a lot of bolter marines, for example from the Dark Imperium Marines, then additionally you should build a guy with a plague cleaver and a guy with a plasma gun, so it gives you more weapons and more you have the chance to optimize and modify your squads as you want. So the rest, probably bolters and knives. If you go for the full melee squad, build the mace and the axes, etc. Ideally, over time, you should build a collection of different Plague Marines, so you can mix and match several types of Plague Marine squads as you find out what you like and what you want to use. And my collection currently has this as a reference, so I tallied up. I have 49 Marines, 7 by 7. That's probably not a coincidence. And you can see I have several types, especially blight launchers, and I have flails and the cleavers, etc. So with this a couple of champions, so I can build whatever squad is needed for different occasions. So after the Plague Marines, the Blightlords seem to be the most popular question. What are the best weapons for our Blightlords? So the axe seems to be slightly better than the sword in the math way, but the difference is very small. So don't sweat about it. So use what you like and use what's in the box. There is no point in trying to get a little bit more axes or swords. You can make a combination and it will work fine on the battlefield. I think you should build the flail. The flail of corruption, again, is you can really watch opponents melt away in melee. The Blight Launcher and Reaper Autocannon are better combi bolters for shooting, but you could also go full bolters here. The combi bolter is better than the standard bolter for the Plague Marines. But if you choose Blight Launcher or Reaper Autocannon, it's not huge difference. You would get a little bit better shooting than the combi bolters. You can take a combi melta to add some anti-vehicle support, and the Plague Spear becomes interesting for deep strike. So for the Blightlords, I would consider a 10-man squad if you want this unit to be used with a secondary while we stand we fight. You could have a cheaper squad, a 5-man squad with one flail. You can have a 5-man squad with one flail, one Blight Launcher or Reaper Autocannon that would combine both a flail, a melee, and a better upgraded shooting weapon. You could go for even more upgrades, so one flail, one Blight Launcher, one Spear, and one Combi Melta. That would be basically, or Blight Launcher or Reaper Autocannon. That would be the poster 5 guys here. That's actually a good all-round unit for 225 points. So who is the best Virion supportive character? The Virions we have are very good, but I think hands down the two best are the Tallyman. He gives you command points almost every turn, and he's really good for shooty troops, especially if you take the Tollkeeper Relic. And basically, I cannot find a reason not to include him. So definitely take the Tallyman. And the Foul Blight Spawn with a Revolting Stench Relic can be game-changing and has very good shooting, so allowing our strong melee units to fight first. So those two feel like auto-include and can benefit any type of list, I believe. Biologus Purifier can be good if combined with melee Plague Marines with the grenades, but is not as auto-include as the other two. The Surgeon can do something with his Feel No Pain aura, but doesn't change the game so much. Probably best used with Terminators, not as those two. And Noxious Blightbringer, I think right now is reduced to a niche use only. So definitely those two in my book are the best Virion characters. So a lot of questions out there are, can I bring this unit from Chaos to my Death Guard army list? Yes, you can, but you will be losing out on the -1 toughness contagion of the Death Guard units. All our Death Guard units have the -1 toughness contagion basically, and this is quite a centerpiece of the Death Guard now, at least in the games I've played. The -1 toughness really helps for melting the opponent or making them easier to wound and making also good synergies with our psychic powers. But I think as we are standing now with Death Guard, I think you can probably make the soup lists, soup type of list work in any case. So have fun with it. Include the Great Unclean One, Nurglings for board control, even Night Tyrant, like Max is saying in the channel, or the new Bellacore could be helping Mortarion even frighten up even more your opponent. So I think you could still build and have fun with a mixed chaos Death Guard. I prefer to keep the Death Guard mono army. And then another question is, I have the Combat Patrol or Dark Imperium, now what? So you have the starting of the Death Guard army, what more do you need? And I think the first unit you would need, it's 3 words, is the Plague Burst Crawler. I think you would need multiple of those to have in your army. Death Shroud and Blightlord Terminators are must-haves. I think they make for really strong units. And then the Virion, as we said, Tallyman and Foul Blight Spawn almost auto-include. 30 Bloatrons with mowers are really terrifying right now. And of course, the Primarch Mortarion, if you can afford him, he is playable now. You can build lists around him, and he's fun to use. And other types of questions: is unit Y good? So the Mephitic Blightholder, are they good? They were really good before the new codex, and I think the Mephitic Blightholder is not bad. It can do a lot of things, but it's a decent good unit. However, at 140 points, it's a bit expensive now for what it brings. In my humble opinion, I would prefer using Plaguebear Scrollers. And the Hellbrood is the can I bring Hellbroods? Do they do the things? I think the Hellbrood can do good shooting, but it's not very durable. It doesn't have the invul save, so it's a very high chance or risk that it will be blown away after a couple of turns and you didn't get your worth points out of it. Use a Contemptor instead if you have them. So there you have it. So some quick answers for the frequently asked death card questions covered in this short video. And remember that if you want to have add more nuance and in-depth discussion and look at the math and the basis for these answers and these opinions, please check the in-depth reviews or the other videos in the channel. And let me know of any other frequently asked questions maybe I could include in such a video. So what do you think about this quick video and the answers to those questions? If you like this video, please press like, subscribe to the channel where I will be bringing you much more death card videos going forward. And if you want to support further my efforts, visit my Patreon page on patreon.com General Yanis. Thanks to my patrons for their support. And with these words, General Yanis is signing out. Stay safe out there and bye-bye.